Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's lecture on leadership and rhetoric in social service organizations. In today's lecture, we will explore three important themes in leadership and rhetoric in the context of social service organizations. We will explore the role of leadership in shaping organizational culture. We will explore effective communication strategies for social service leaders. And finally, we will explore the importance of ethical rhetoric in social service organizations. Now, leadership and rhetoric are two important aspects of any organization, but they take on special significance in the context of social service organizations. Effective leadership is essential for creating a positive and supportive work environment, promoting organizational values and goals, and ensuring that clients receive the highest quality of care possible. Rhetoric, or the art of persuasive communication, is also crucial for social service leaders in order to communicate effectively with clients, staff, and other stakeholders. And throughout this lecture, we will examine the ways in which leaders and rhetoric can be used to create a positive and effective work environment in social service organizations. We will draw on insights from both research and practice to explore best practices in leadership and communication in the social service sector. And by the end of this lecture, you will have a better understanding of the importance of effective leadership and communication within social service and community service organizations, and how these skills can be developed and leveraged for organizational success. So, as always, I like to start with a story, and then we'll get on to the role of leadership, what it takes to have effective leadership, and the ethical aspects of rhetoric. Now, to begin with, leadership is the act of guiding and inspiring others towards achieving a common goal or vision. In social and community service work, this means that effective leadership is critical to providing high-quality services to individuals and to communities. Leadership involves not only the ability to make decisions and provide direction, but also to communicate effectively and build strong relationships with team members, with clients and stakeholders. And then there's rhetoric. And rhetoric refers to the art of using language effectively and persuasively. In the context of social and community service work, rhetoric plays a crucial role in how leaders communicate with their teams, their clients, and their stakeholders. And so effective rhetoric can help to build trust, inspire action, and foster meaningful connections. So leadership and rhetoric are really interconnected, and they both play a vital role in social and community service work. In this lecture, we will explore the importance of these two concepts and how they can be used to create positive change in the community. We will also look at the impact of different leadership styles and use of persuasive language in social and community service organizations. But as always, I want to start off with a story. And today's story is taken from around 2016, the Canadian province of British Columbia. Now, it's still facing an opioid crisis, but this is when the opioid crisis was really ramping up into a crisis, and the crisis was growing as the incidence of opioid overdoses was taking hold. And fentanyl, which we all know is a powerful synthetic opioid, was increasingly being mixed with other drugs such as cocaine and heroin, leading to a surge of overdose deaths. And by the end of the year, the province recorded 914 deaths due to opioid overdoses, an increase of 80% from the previous year. Now, amid this crisis, a small community organization called the Downtown East Side Response Team, DIRT, downtown East Side response team, emerged as a leader in responding to this crisis. The team, made up of nurses and social workers and outreach workers, started conducting overdose prevention and response training in the community. They set up a tent on the streets to provide a safe space for people to use drugs and monitored them for signs of overdose. They distributed naloxone kits, which is a medication that can reverse opioid overdoses, and train people on how to use them. One of the leaders of DIRT was Sarah Blythe, who's pictured here. She was a former city councilor and community activist, and she used her skills in leadership and rhetoric to mobilize the community and to gain support from politicians and stakeholders alike, and to raise awareness about this crisis as it was taking place. And she used social media to spread the word about DIRT's work and share stories of people who had been saved by naloxone. She organized rallies and public events to draw attention to the crisis and demand action from the government. And Blythe's leadership and rhetorical skills played a crucial role in mobilizing the community and creating a sense of urgency about the crisis. And her ability to communicate with clarity and passion helped to create a groundswell of support for DIRT's work and the need for more resources to address the crisis. And her leadership also helped to build partnerships between different organizations and stakeholders, such as the local police department and the provincial health authority. And I think the lessons from this story are pretty clear. Leadership and rhetoric are essential skills for social and community service workers. And effective leadership must be able to inspire and motivate others, to build relationships and partnerships, and communicate effectively with stakeholders and the public. Because rhetoric, the art of persuasive communication, is a key tool for achieving these goals. And so by using rhetorical strategies like storytelling and emotional appeals and clear messaging, leaders can engage their audience and inspire them to action. Now, in the context of the opioid crisis, Blythe's leadership and rhetoric helped to legitimately save lives and bring attention to the pressing social issue, and actually led to the easy access of naloxone within the province of British Columbia. So these skills are essential, and that's why I want to dive into them. So today we're going to look, to start off with, at effective leadership. Now, effective leadership is crucial in the social and community service sector to ensure that organizational goals are achieved and clients receive the necessary support and care that they require. And there are several principles that effective leaders in this sector should embrace. One of the most important is to lead by example. Now, effective leaders understand that they are role models for their staff, and they set the tone for the entire organization. By leading by example, leaders create a culture of accountability and responsibility, which is crucial in the social and community service sector. Another important principle is effective communication. Leaders must be able to communicate effectively with their staff, with clients, and their other stakeholders. And this includes active listening, providing clear instructions, and being open and transparent in their communication. Effective communication builds trust and fosters collaboration, which is essential for achieving the organization's goals. Additionally, effective leaders prioritize their staff's well-being, recognizing that the staff are the backbone of the institution or the organization. And this involves providing adequate training and resources, offering support and mentorship, and recognizing their achievements. Leaders who prioritize their staff's well-being create a positive work culture that motivates staff and contributes to the overall success of the organization. An example of effective leadership in the social and community service sector is seen in the story of Mary Simon. Now, Mary Simon was an Inuk leader and former president of what is known as the ITK, which is an organization that represents Canada's Inuit population. And she's recognized for her effective leadership in advocating for the rights of the Inuit people, particularly in areas of healthcare and of education and social services. Now, under Mary Simon's leadership, ITK successfully negotiated a $1.5 billion with a B compensation package from the Canadian government for the harm caused by the residential school system. She also played a key role in developing the Inuit Declaration, which outlines Inuit priorities for the Canadian government. Now, Mary Simon's leadership really exemplifies here the importance of leading by example, effective communication, and prioritizing staff well-being. She demonstrates these principles by advocating tirelessly for the Inuit people, listening to their concerns and communicating their needs effectively to government officials and other stakeholders. And her leadership led to significant progress in the provision of essential services to the Inuit population, improving their overall quality of life. And the story of Mary Simon highlights the importance of effective leadership in the social and community service sector. And leaders who prioritize their staff's well-being lead by example and communicate effectively by achieving remarkable results and making significant impacts on the lives of their clients by engaging in good rhetoric and leading by example. We're going to pause there and let you take a little bit of a break, and when we come back, we will explore a little bit of effective communication as well as ethical rhetoric as we draw out the end of our lecture. So we'll pause here, and I'll see you in a little while. You take care. Goodbye.